சார்பில் யாழ்ப்பாணம் இந்து கல்லூரி சிட்டி கிளையின் பழைய மாணவர் சங்கத்தின் தலைவர் திரு வேலுப்பிள்ளை ரவிராஜ் அவர்கள் உங்களுக்கு ஒரு தலைமை உரையை ஆற்ற இங்கே வருகிறார்.
Good morning all. I would like to acknowledge the traditional custodians of the land on which we are meeting today. I pay my respects to the elders past, present and emerging. On behalf of the organizing committee, it gives me an immense pleasure to welcome you all at our vibrant and joyous celebration of Pongal Villa. Pongal is a festival that symbolizes the gratitude, abundance and togetherness. It's a time when we honor the hard work of farmers, the generosity, Mother Nature and the blessing of the sun god. Today, welcome together as a community to celebrate these values and immerse ourselves in the richness tradition of the cultural that make us festival so special. As you look around, you will see the tapestry of vibrant colors, delightful aromas and joyful music. Pongal Villa is not just a festival, it is an experience, a chance for us to connect with our roots, share our heritage and spread our joy among family and friends. Our program today is packed with exciting activities including cultural shows, traditional dance and music shows. We hope you participate wholeheartedly and make wonderful memories. I would like to take this moment to thank all the organizers, volunteers and sponsors who have make it possible for us to gather here today and share in our spirit of Pongal. Before we begin, let us take a moment to express our gratitude to the farmers for their hard work, to the earth for its bounty and each other for love and supportive share with the community. With that, I wish you all the very happy Pongal. May the festival begin prosperity, happiness and good health to you and your loved ones. Now let's drive the festivity to make this Pongal Villa unforgettable celebration. Thank you very much. Enjoy the day. I will say a few words in Tamil. Just make sure I get the tradition going. உங்கள் அனைவரையும் அன்புடன் வரவேற்பதில் நான் பெருமகிழ்ச்சி அடைகிறேன். யாழிந்து கல்லூரி பழமனைவர் சங்கம் கடந்த 30 வருடங்களுக்கு மேலாக சிட்டியில் இயங்கி வருகின்றது. எமது பழமையானவர் சங்கம் பாடசாலைக்கும் போரினால் பாதிப்புற்ற எமது தாயக மாணவர்களுக்கு உறவுகளுக்கும் பல்வேறுபட்ட உதவி திட்டங்களை செய்து வருகிறோம். இதன் தொடர்ச்சியாக உள்ளூர் கலைஞர்களை ஊக்குவிக்கும் முகாமாக கீதவாணி விருதுகளை கடந்த 25 வருடங்களாக மேலாக வெற்றிகரமாக நடத்தி வருகிறோம். அந்த வழியில் எமது கலாச்சார விழுமியங்களை அடுத்த சந்ததிக்கு கடத்தும் ஒரு தார்மீக கடமை நமக்கு இருப்பதை உணர்ந்து 2019ஆம் ஆண்டில் ஒரு தைப்பொங்கல் திருவிழாவை வர்த்தகர்களின் ஆதரவுடன் நடத்தும். முதலில் நாம் ஒரு பானையில் பொங்கி அடுத்தடுத்த வருடங்களில் மற்ற பழைய மாணவர் சங்கங்களை இணைத்து 10க்கும் மேற்பட்ட பானைகளை பொங்கி இருந்தோம். இதன் தொடர்ச்சியாக கடந்த வருடம் 50 மேற்பட்ட அமைப்புகளை இணைத்து 56 பானைகளை வீதியை மறைந்த ஒரு பெருவிழாவாக செய்திருந்தோம். இம்முறை 100க்கும் மேற்பட்ட அமைப்புகளை இணைத்து 100க்கு கணக்கான பானைகளை வைத்து மிக பிரமாண்டமாக பொங்கல் வெற்றிகரமாக கொண்டிருக்கிறோம். இதற்கு ஆக்கமும் ஊக்கமும் மனிதனையும் தந்து உதவிய அனைத்து வர்த்தகருக்கும் பொது அமைப்புகளுக்கும் நாம் நன்றி பாராட்ட கடமைப்பட்டுள்ளோம். இந்த வெற்றியானது நமது நிர்வாகத்தின் ஒருங்கிணைப்பு, ஒழுங்கமைப்பு, ஒருமைப்பாட்டில் நீங்கள் வைத்திருக்கும் நம்பிக்கையை பறைசாற்றி நிற்கிறது. இந்த நிகழ்ச்சியை தொடர்ச்சியாக பல்லாண்டு நீடிக்க வேண்டும், நமது அடுத்த சந்ததிக்கு கடத்தப்பட வேண்டும் என்பதில் நாம் மிகுந்த கருத்தினையாக உள்ளோம். இந்த செயல் திட்டத்தை மேற்கொண்டு முன்னெடுக்க உங்கள் தொடர்ச்சியான பேராதரவை வேண்டி நிற்கின்றோம். நன்றி, வணக்கம்.
இன்றைய கலை நிகழ்ச்சியை தொடக்க சிட்னி கலாபவன மாணவர்கள் வரவேற்பு பரதநாட்டிய நடனம் இப்போ உங்கள் முன் ஆடப்போகிறார்கள். கைகளில் மலர்களை ஏந்தியவாறு நாட்டிய அரங்கில் புரிந்து ஆடல் தெய்வமாகிய நடன பெருமானை மலர் தூவி அஞ்சலி செய்து நாட்டிய ஆசிரியரையும் இசையாளரையும் வணங்கிக் கொண்டு ஆடவர்கள் புஷ்பாஞ்சலி ஆடுவார்கள். பின்பு கணபதியை வணங்கி கணபதி காகமை வழங்குவார்கள். இதில் பங்கு பெறும் மாணவர்கள் சுப்பிரமணியம், பினிஷா உருதிரன், அபிராமி நரேந்திரநாதன் மற்றும் அமதா நரேந்திரநாதன்.
recording then 8 minutes. Yeah. let's go ahead. இதில் நீ அது தனியாக 140
வரலாறு முக்கியம் இல்லை
லைவ்ல எடுக்கலாம் லைவ்ல எடுத்து
அது எடுங்க அதுலேயும் எல்லாம் காலையில்
லைவ்ல போட்டு எடுத்தீங்கன்னா சாப்பிட்டு
Thank you.
நீங்கள் ஆசனங்களில் அமர்ந்தீர்களானால் அனைவரும் தூர இடங்களிலிருந்து தூரத்திலிருந்து பார்க்கக்கூடியதாக இருக்கும். தயவு செய்து கதிரைகளிலே ஆசனங்களில் இருந்து உதவுமாறு கேட்டுக்கொள்கிறோம்.
மாற்றி நிறைய நிறைய
மிக விரைவாக அறிவித்தல் உண்டு. பொங்கி முடித்தவர்கள் உங்களுடைய அடுப்பை தயவு செய்து ஹோம் ரியாலிட்டி என்ற ரியல் எஸ்டேட்டில் உடனடியாக மிகவும் உங்களுடைய முடிந்த பின் கொண்டு சென்று கொடுத்து உதவுமாறு கேட்டுக்கொள்கிறோம். அதேவேளை இங்கே மேடையின் முன்னால் நிற்பவர்கள் தயவு செய்து பின்னாலே சென்று ஆசனங்களில் அமர்வதன் மூலம் பின்னாலே இருக்கிறவர்கள் தூரத்தில் இருப்பவர்கள் இந்த மேடை நிகழ்ச்சியை பார்க்கக்கூடியதாக இருக்கும். நடைபாதையிலே தெருவின் மத்திய பகுதியிலே நிற்பவர்கள் தயவு செய்து விலகி இருக்குமாறும் ஆசனங்களில் இருக்குமாறும் கேட்டுக்கொள்கிறோம். அதேவேளை இரண்டு பக்கம் உள்ள நடைபாதையில் பாதசாரிகள் தொடர்ந்து பயணிக்க வேண்டும். ஆகவே அவற்றை தடை செய்யாமல் பாதசாரிகள் செல்வதற்கு வசதியாக நீங்கள் விலகி நிற்குமாறு கேட்டுக்கொள்கிறோம்.
உங்களுக்கு அந்த சாப்பிட்றதுக்கு இது கொடுக்குறது தான்
Good morning. Pongal is one of the most cherished festivals in Tamil culture, a celebration of gratitude, prosperity, and the blessings of a bountiful harvest. This festival pays respect to the sun, the land, the animals, and the farmers who work tirelessly to bring food to our tables. Reflecting the Australian value that our lands abound in nature's gifts, Pongal reminds us of the harmony between people and the environment. It is a celebration of balance, respect, and unity, values that resonate deeply across our culture. This year's Pongal is particularly special as it takes place during the inaugural Tamil Heritage Month and Tamil Heritage Week, a time when the richness of Tamil culture and history is being celebrated across the country. We'll now bring over our first chief guest, Mr. Dr. Andrew Charlton. It is my great pleasure to welcome this distinguished guest who has shown immense support for the Tamil community here in Australia, representing the vibrant electorate of Parramatta and standing here today on behalf of the Prime Minister, Anthony Albanese. Mr. Charlton's advocacy for community has been truly commendable. In 2024, he advocated for the recognition of a Tamil Heritage Month in Federal Parliament, a milestone that has now been officially recognised by the Prime Minister himself, highlighting Australia's celebration of rich cultural diversity. Please join me in warmly welcoming Dr. Andrew Charlton to the stage.
Vanakkam. My name's Andrew Charlton. I'm the want to begin by acknowledging all the dignitaries here today and thanking the organisers who put so much work into creating this beautiful festival, bringing together so many Tamil organisations and members of the Tamil community. It takes a lot of work to create something this special, and I want to acknowledge all the hard work of all the organisers who volunteered their time. Now friends, this year we are celebrating Pongal. We are giving thanks to the farmers and celebrating the harvest. But we're also doing something very special. And that is, for the first time, we're celebrating Pongal in Tamil Heritage Month. And I was very pleased to call for this in the National Parliament in November. And I stole the idea from Cumberland Council. All good ideas come from Cumberland Council. And my friend Parthi as well. I got to give credit where credit's due. And I thought to myself, Tamil Heritage Month. We need Tamil Heritage Month for two reasons. Firstly, it's a celebration of Tamil culture. 5,000 years of culture. All the wisdom and values of the Tamil culture, great texts like the Tirukkural, all of these things which have enriched Australia and provide us all with such wisdom. But secondly, we need Tamil Heritage Month because it's a celebration for all Australians. And a thank you to the Tamil community for everything the Tamil community delivers to Australia. So for that reason, I was so thrilled, not just to see Tamil Heritage Month start, but to see it get off to such a great beginning. And we had the Prime Minister recognising Tamil Heritage Month. We had the Minister for Multiculturalism recognising Tamil Heritage Month. We had the Opposition Leader recognising Tamil Heritage Month. So I strongly believe every year Tamil Heritage Month will grow and be bigger and bigger and bigger and become a celebration for all Australians who recognise the contributions of Tamils to our nation. Friends, it's such a joy to be here with you, to be part of this celebration. I want to thank you all for putting it on, for having me here. My name's Andrew Charlton. Happy Pongal.
I'd now like to bring on major sponsor KFC Spice Corner, who will be represented by Sajid Suleiman to present Mr. Dr. Andrew Charlton.
இதே வேளையிலே தமிழ் மரபு கண்காட்சி எங்களுடைய 3000 ஆண்டுகளையும் கடந்த பண்பாட்டையும் அதன் அத்தாட்சிகளையும் அதன் ஆய்வுகளுக்கு அப்பாற்பட்டு அங்கே கண்டெடுக்கப்பட்ட அகழ்வாராய்ச்சியில் கண்டெடுக்கப்பட்ட விடயங்களை எல்லாம் இங்கே கண்காட்சிக்கு வைத்திருக்கிறார்கள். அம்பீஸ் உணவகத்தின் மேல்மாடியில் அவை நடந்து கொண்டிருக்கிறது. நீங்கள் நேரம் கிடைக்கின்ற பொழுது அங்கே சென்று 2000-3000 ஆண்டுகளை கடந்து நாங்கள் இந்த பூமியிலே வாழ்கிறோம் என்பதற்கான சான்றுகளை பார்த்து தமிழர்களாக பெருமைப்பட்டுக் கொள்ளுங்கள். இதை உங்கள் அடுத்த சந்ததிக்கும் அவர்களுக்கும் தெளிவாக எடுத்துக் கூறுங்கள். உங்களுடைய குழந்தைகளையும் அங்கே எடுத்துச் செல்லுங்கள் என்று கேட்டுக்கொள்கிறோம். அடுத்ததாக இந்த மண்ணிலே நாங்கள் மிகவும் முக்கியமான ஒரு விடயத்தை செய்ய இருக்கின்றோம். நாங்கள் 50 ஆண்டுகளுக்கு மேலாக இந்த மண்ணிலே வாழ்ந்து வருகின்றோம். நாங்கள் தமிழர்கள் தமிழிலே பல நூல்களை எழுதியிருக்கின்றோம். பல நூல் வெளியீடுகள், புத்தக வெளியீடுகளை சிடியிலே கண்டு கொண்டிருக்கின்றோம். அதை நாங்களாகத்தான் எழுதினோம், புலம்பெயர்ந்து வந்தவர்கள் எழுதினோம். ஆனால் இன்று நாங்கள் செய்ய இருப்பது, இங்கே பிறந்து வளர்ந்த ஒரு சிறுவன் இன்று இளைஞனாக எங்களுடைய மரபை பற்றி, தமிழர்களுடைய பண்பாட்டை பற்றி, தமிழ் மரபை பற்றி, அதன் விளக்கத்தை பற்றி ஆங்கிலத்திலே எழுதியிருக்கிறார். 75 பக்கங்களை கொண்ட இந்த நூலை இப்பொழுது இங்கே கேதாரன் பார்த்திபன் வெளியிட இருக்கிறார். அதை அன்று சாத்தன் பெற இருக்கிறார்.
Next up, we have the release of the book Unlocking Tamil Heritage, written by Mr. Kedaran Parthiban. Unlocking Tamil Heritage is a book that delves deep into Tamil history and culture, describing in detail the different aspects of Tamil heritage, such as its literature, architecture, festivals, and rituals. Written in English, the book aims to carry on knowledge to future generations.
உங்கள் பலத்த கரோசம், இந்த மண்ணிலே பிறந்த ஒரு மைந்தன் ஆங்கிலத்திலே இந்த நூலை எழுதியிருப்பது, இந்த பல்கலாசார நாட்டிலே எங்களுடைய பழக்க வழக்கங்கள், பண்பாடு, மரபுகளை மற்ற இனத்தவர்களுக்கு எடுத்துச் செல்வதற்கு இது ஒரு நல்ல நூலாக இருக்கும். எனவே இதை நீங்கள் நூலகம் இணையத்திலும் பெற்றுக்கொள்ளலாம். நீங்கள் வேண்டி வாசித்து மற்றவர்களுடன் மற்ற பிற மொழிகளுடன் பகிர்ந்து கொள்ளுங்கள் என்று கேட்டுக்கொள்கிறேன். தேங்க்யூ டாக்டர் அன்புசாமி.
நன்றி. அடுத்ததாக நீங்கள் அனைவரும் உங்கள் அனைவரையும் இசை வெள்ளத்திலே மகிழ்விக்க வந்திருக்கிறார் தென்னிந்தியாவின் வயலின் இசை வித்துவான் அமித் நாயர் அவர்கள்.
whatever. You choose.
இசை மலையில் நனைந்திருக்கின்றீர்கள். அடுத்த நிகழ்ச்சிக்கு நாங்கள் செல்ல இருக்கின்றோம். நன்றி அபிஜித்.
It is now my privilege to introduce Dr. Hugh McDermott, the State Member for Prospect in New South Wales, here on behalf of the Premier. McDermott has been a major ally and long-term supporter of the Tamil community here in New South Wales. He has been a vocal advocate for human rights of the Tamil people and has passionately highlighted the rich heritage and linguistic significance of the Tamil language in New South Wales Parliament. He has even advocated for Tamil to be included in the national curriculum as well. Dr. McDermott, consistent present at Tamil community events and his unwavering support are deeply appreciated by our community. I would also like to bring onto the stage our sponsor, Sri Ganesh, sponsored by Nelson, who will be represented by Kamakshi Vishwanathan. Welcome, Mr. Hugh McDermott.
Well, Vadakam, everybody. Welcome. Thank you so much for welcoming me here today. It's wonderful to be here. What a fantastic sight. You should all come up on stage because you should see how wonderful and vibrant it looks, the colours before us. So I'm so happy that 2025 Pongal Festival in Tamil Heritage Month could be celebrated here in Pendle Hill. It's fantastic. So this Grand Tamil Pongal Festival is so important to our community here in Western Sydney. And it's wonderful to be here representing today the Premier of New South Wales, Chris Minns, who sends his regards. Now, we'll be holding a Pongal Festival in the Parliament as well this year, and we did as we did in previous years, so I'm looking forward to the Premier coming to that, but also next year making sure he comes here as well so he can have some decent porridge and have a great time like we are today. I want to thank so many different people, but particularly Pathy Gudanamam and the dedicated members of the Grand Pongal Organising Committee who made this fantastic celebration what it is today. There are so many dignitaries here, and I think I'll go through a few of them so just so you know who's here. Obviously, you've seen Andrew Charlton, the member for Parramatta, who's representing the Prime Minister, and maybe, Andrew, you can get the Prime Minister here next year. Wouldn't that be great, hey? Not putting you on the spot or anything, mate, but, you know, it would be good. We've got, of course, my good friend Julia Finn, the member for Granville, and who is the Parliamentary Secretary to the Premier. So, once again, between us, I'm sure we convinced Chris to come here. We've also got the Mayor, Ola Hamid, and it's wonderful to have here, and thank you so much. Cumberland Council does so much for our community, especially our Tamil community here in Pendle Hill and Toongabbie and the areas throughout, and thank you for that. And so many councillors, and I'll try to go through them all. We've got, obviously, Suman Saha, who's here, my good friend and neighbour, right? We've got Sujan Savajan, who needs no introduction, obviously Sujan, first Tamil elected councillor and a good friend. It's wonderful. Steve Yang is here as well from Cumberland. Edward Yassar, Ahmed Off from Cumberland Council. So just to name a few. I hope I haven't missed anybody. Oh, Di Coleman. It's splendid in orange. Look at that. Now, every year they try to convince me to dress in Tamil dress, especially at the Chariot Festival, getting my shirt off and carrying the chariot around. Maybe one year. Sujan's been in my ear again this morning about doing it, so we'll see, maybe one day. It just worries me. I'm a bit too pasty and pink, I think, for that, but you never know. Okay, so Pongal is a Tamil Harvest Festival, as you know, celebrated throughout January. Now, this important festival is probably one of the most important festivals in Western Sydney, in Jaffna, in Tamil Nadu, in London, in Canada. It's everywhere throughout the world. And that's what makes it so fantastic. No matter where you go in the world, you can be celebrating Pongal this time of year. It celebrates and signifies the creative and cultural celebration by coming to the end of the traditional farming season. Harvest is so important time to recognise Tamil agricultural tradition spanning over thousands of years and acknowledging the hard work and celebrating the fruits of labour. And it's a celebration not only to our farmers in Tamil Nadu but also to Australia as well. It's also an occasion to offer prayers and spend time with family and friends and exchange gifts and renew commitments to one another. Pongal, as you know, is a mixture of boiled sweet rice, spices and fruit. Now, I've tried a couple already this morning. I didn't have any breakfast. I had one coffee because I knew I was going to come here and eat a lot of Pongal because that's what makes it great. I need to get someone to teach my wife how to make it, right? I know that's a bit sexist, but she cooks far better than I do, right? So if someone could volunteer to do that before next year, that would be great because I know I and my kids would absolutely love that. They really would. Our Tamil community and our Tamil heritage is so important. It's such steeped in a culture with historic descriptions in Tamil literature and art and architecture going back thousands of years. And it's important that we've embraced this in Western Sydney and celebrate this rich cultural inheritance. The Tamil language is one of the oldest in the world, going back thousands of years. And it's been my privilege to be able to convince the state government to put it as part of the Tamil language, as part of the curriculum in the schools, but also to fund our Tamil language schools more and more. And that will continue on. You know, it's so important. You know, the Wenti Tamil Study Centre and others do such a great job. You know, if you think about the history of the Tamil community in Sri Lanka and fleeing here to Australia, the injustice in the Civil War, the injustice in the genocide, and then here we are in Australia, rebuilding lives, working together, making sure that the past is not forgotten, making sure that the Tamil culture is not forgotten and is embraced. And what I love is that the Tamil culture not only is important to Tamils, but it's important to all Australians. I love the fact that my children who go to school at Girraween come home and say Vadakam to me in the mornings and the afternoons, right? The fact that they have friends from Sri Lanka whose parents fled here and now talk with Australian accents, have embraced being Australian, but keep their cultural heritage and their language. And that's what's so important. So have a wonderful Pongal. I hope that it brings you and your family peace and prosperity. Vadakam.
Thank you, Mr. Hugh McDermott. I would now like to call upon Miss Julia Finn, MP for Granville, to talk at today's event. I'd also like to call upon New Sindhu, our sponsor, Miss Tavaraja Rani.
People all celebrating Pongal together on this wonderful Sunday morning. And I've been coming to these events for the last 10 years, and for a long time it was organised just by a number of the alumni groups from across Jaffna down in the park, and now it's grown to be this massive festival. And of course this year, thanks to Cumberland Council, this isn't just Pongal here in Pendle Hill for one day, but it is Tamil Heritage Month, which is fantastic. So thank you, Cumberland Council. When we come together to celebrate Pongal, we're celebrating the harvest and celebrating an occasion that goes back thousands of years. It's an incredibly important tradition to honour the rice harvest, to give thanks for the harvest that's just occurred and to seek blessings for the year ahead. Now, I grew up in a rural area on a farm, so I grew up knowing how important the harvest was. And it is important to keep those traditions alive. You lose that here in a big city where you go to the supermarket and stuff is just there. The prices vary because of the harvest. When a crop fails, the prices go up quite a lot. But when you're in a rural community and when you rely on the harvest, particularly if you grow only one crop, say like rice for the rice farmers in Tamil Nadu and throughout Jaffna and around Trincomalee and the eastern side of Sri Lanka, if that crop fails, your family is really going to struggle for the next year. They'll find it hard to pay bills, hard to keep the kids in school, and hard to do all the things that we in many ways just take for granted, our very privileged modern life in the city. So it's really important to reflect on that and to keep those traditions alive. It's also important to keep those traditions alive here in Australia to maintain the connections to people's motherland. And I know so many of you, particularly who've come from Sri Lanka, left conflict, many came as refugees, and many came at a time where your Tamil culture was repressed, where there were restrictions around your language. And it's wonderful that here in Australia, you're not just allowed to speak your language and maintain your culture and religion, but you're actually supported by governments to do that. And one of those things is by councils supporting having this wonderful occasion today. So I want to wish you all a very happy Pongal. Pongal o Pongal, Nandri Vanakam.
Thank you. Now, it is a great honour to welcome the Mayor of Cumberland City Council, the esteemed Ola Ahmed, to our Pongal celebrations today. Her dedication to supporting multicultural events like this demonstrates her commitment to bringing people together and honouring the rich cultures that make our community so unique. Please join me in giving a warm welcome to Ola Ahmed. I'd also like to bring on our chief sponsor, Miranas, represented by Sivadas Suresh.
Good morning and Vanakam. I wanted to say I need somebody to teach me how to make Pongal because my husband's a better cook. His name is Abdul and we live on Bazan Street in Marylands. Come in for a feed. Can I start by acknowledging the custodians of the land on which we meet and pay my respects to elders both past, present and emerging. I think Andrew's gone now, but can I say that whilst Cumberland Council is extremely proud of the fact that we declared Tamil Week, Andrew made it Tamil Month and he put it on the federal map under a Labor government. So he's not here, but we'll give him a round of applause anyway. I am just so happy to be joining you all this morning to celebrate the Tamil Pongal Festival 2025 right here in Pendle Hill. A very warm and heartfelt Pongal wishes to each and every single one of you on this auspicious occasion of Tamil Pongal. We come together to celebrate the spirit of gratitude, abundance and unity. Pongal is not just a festival, it is a time when we express our appreciation for the harvest that sustains all of us. As we gather to celebrate this time of prosperity, let us remember that the hard work and dedication of our farmers, through their tireless efforts, provide the food that nourishes all of us. Their contributions remind us of the deep connections we share with nature and land and the importance of respecting and preserving nature and land. Pongal is also a time for unity. It brings people together from all walks of life, transcending differences and fostering a sense of community no matter our backgrounds. When we celebrate Pongal, we do so as one, bound together by our shared traditions and values. It teaches us that in the end, we are all connected, that not only through our cultural heritage, but through our common purpose of building a better, more harmonious, more inclusive society. And I'd like to take this moment to acknowledge, as I said earlier, a significant milestone for our Tamil community members. Cumberland City Council has officially passed a motion declaring 1 week commencing the 13th of January to the 19th of January as Tamil Heritage Week. And this recognition by Cumberland City Council and indeed the federal government is a testament to the importance of cultural diversity and inclusion in our society. It reinforces the values of learning from one another and the power of unity in fostering respect and understanding for one another. It is a recognition of cultural richness, history and contributions of the Tamil community to our shared community. Can I say I'm just so proud to be representing one of the most diverse LGAs in this country. Only a month or so ago we had Christmas flags flying all around the streets. Soon we'll have Lunar New Year, Easter, Diwali and so on, and that is something that we should all really be proud of. So can I say, as you share the traditional dish of Pongal, which I'm sure my husband cannot make, but we'll try, made from freshly harvested rice, let it symbolise not just the fruits of our labour, but also the joy and the love that we share with one another. Let the sweetness of the sugar cane and the richness of the harvest and the warmth of the sun remind us that together we are stronger. I hope that today's festival inspires us all to renew our commitment to unity, to compassion and to progress. Just as the harvest thrives through cultural effort, can I say happy Pongal? I wish you all good health, peace and prosperity. Whanakam.
Thank you. Now, it is my great honour to introduce Councillor Sujin Selvin, a dedicated representative of the Cumberland City Council and a passionate advocate for our Tamil community. Councillor Selvin has been a driving force behind initiatives that celebrate our culture and heritage. Notably, he successfully advocated for and put forward the motion to establish Tamil Heritage Week in the Cumberland Council, a motion that was approved and now stands as a testament to his commitment to preserving and promoting Tamil traditions. Let us warmly welcome Councillor Sujin Selvin, who will be presented by Raja Supermarket, Yana Selvin, Kuvana Raja.
Vanakkam ellarukkum. I pay my respect to past, present and emerging. I want to start by, I came here yesterday around 11 o'clock. It was raining and the boys was too setting up, but there was Kalyani Akka and Renuga as well. Some of them stayed until today morning and they haven't slept. They stayed all up to make sure this place is decorated. So I want to say thanks to them first. also want to go back to Julie Finn made point. We come from, especially Tamil from Sri Lanka, we came from a genocidal, oppressed country where a lot of the people left here to seek protection. And majority of the boys yesterday that I saw them, they're still waiting to be accepted as refugee, been waiting for more than 14 years. As one of the Anna I met 2 days ago is 15 years. He came here when he's 32 years old. He's 54 now. He's still waiting for his protection. So I want to acknowledge it, and hopefully this government or the future government give them a protection and make next year Pongal is even bigger with their being accepted in this country. I brought the motion for make it January as a Heritage Month. To get all the support, we were able to make it 1 week with all the councillors. So I want to say thanks to Ahmedaf, Mayor Ola Ahmed, and Diane Coleman, and Steve Yang here. So I want to thanks to them as well. I also want to acknowledge my Greens Pamela candidate Liz being here. Thank you. Next, I want to say a few words in Tamil to complete a small announcement and a small story. என்னென்றால் இந்த தமிழ் ஹெரிட்டேஜ் மந்த் இது நான் 10 வருஷமா இந்த எலெக்ஷன்ல நிக்கிறேன். இதுக்கு முதல் 2 தடவை இதை ஹெரிட்டேஜ் மந்தா மாத்தோணும்னு சொல்லி இதுக்கு முதல் இருந்த வேட்பாளர்கிட்ட கேட்டிருந்தேன். 2 முறையும் 2 எலெக்ஷன்லையும் அதை செய்ய முடியவில்லை. என்ன காரணம் என்று எனக்கு தெரியவில்லை. ஆனால் நான் அக்டோபரில் எலெக்டட் ஆயினோன்னு முதலாவது வேலை எங்களுடைய மாதம் இந்த ஜனவரி மாதத்தை ஹெரிட்டேஜ் மந்த் ஆக்கணும் என்ற அடிப்படையில் எல்லோருடைய சப்போர்ட்டோடையும் இந்த மோஷனை பாஸ் பண்ணினேன். ஏன் நான் இதை சொல்றேன் என்று சொன்னால் எங்களுடைய பிரச்சனை, எங்களுடைய தேவைகளை, எங்களுடைய அரசியல் தீர்வுகளை செய்வதற்கு எங்களால் தான் அதை உணர்ந்து செய்ய முடியும். அதற்கு வருங்கால பகுதிகளில் எங்களுடைய தமிழ் வேட்பாளர்கள் இங்கு துர்கா நின்றிருக்கிறார், ரிஷி நிற்கிறார், வேற தமிழ் வேட்பாளர்கள் வருவார்கள். அவர்களுக்கு ஆதரவு கொடுத்து நல்ல அரசியல்வாதிகளை தெரிந்து அவர்களை ஆதரவு எடுத்து முன்னுக்கு எங்களுடைய அரசியல் பலத்தை கூட்டுவதற்கு நீங்கள் எல்லோரும் ஆதரிக்கணும் என்று கேட்டுக்கொள்கிறேன் இந்த இடத்தில். அதே நேரத்தில் இந்த வருகின்ற 2025 எலெக்ஷனில் நான் ஒரு செனட் கேண்டிடேட்டாக 3வது இடத்தில் நிற்பதையும் இந்த இடத்தில் நான் பெருமையாக சொல்வதில் பெருமைப்படுகிறேன். தமிழராக ஒன்று சேர்ந்து இந்த நிகழ்ச்சியை அடுத்த வருடம் இதைவிட பெரிதாக எல்லா அமைப்புகளோடும் எல்லா சமுதாயத்தையும் இணைத்து கொண்டாடுவோம் என்று கேட்டுக்கொண்டு நன்றி சொல்லுகிறேன். நன்றி, வணக்கம்.
Thank you, Mr. Surjan. Now I'd like to introduce Councillor Suman Saha, a dedicated member of the Cumberland City Council and a true supporter of our Tamil community. For many years, Councillor Suman Saha has been an unwavering supporter of the Pongal celebrations in Pendle Hill, helping these events grow and flourish. His commitment to showcasing the rich heritage of Tamil culture has been evident in many ways, including his advocacy to display Pongal banners across the main road of Pendle Hill. Let us give a warm welcome to Councillor Suman Saha and bring upon sponsor Pendle Hill Fish Market, Karunakaran Arumugam.
Namaskar, Vanakam, Pongalo Pongal, Pongalo Valtukal. A very happy Pongal to you, your family, and your loved ones, friends. Before I start, I like to respectfully acknowledge the traditional owner of the land. We came together today, the Daruk people, and pay my respects to their elders, past, present, and now emerging. Friends, we are very blessed here at Cumberland City, especially in my ward, Wentworthville, because we could celebrate Pongal at the Pongal day at Sydney Murugan Temple very first thing in the morning. Then as a community, we came together and celebrated the Pongal street at Maryland's the Holroyd Gardens and get the blessings of Lord Sri Ayappa at Wentotville and finish the Pongal celebration on the day. Friends, at Cumberland City Council, we are very proud of the various different cultures and heritage that we have. But Pongal celebration in Pendle Hill is very special not only to me, to the Pendle Hill community and to all of you. Friends, I remember when we started the Pongal celebration, we did it in Civic Park, Pendle Hill. Since 2021, Council is gladly flying the happy Pongal flags in all our town centers. And we could not come together and celebrate Pongal in COVID time. But since last year, the community came together and celebrating Pongal Street Festival in Pendle Hill. So I like to take this opportunity to thank the organizer, all the Pendle Hill businesses, the community for coming together and make this Pongal celebration one of its kind and the best one in Australia. Friends, this year, Cumberland Council has officially recognized the Tamil Heritage Week. And we are so proud from Cumberland Council to support the community to have various events to showcase the Tamil culture and heritage. I'm looking forward to working with the mayor and my councillor colleagues, including Sujan Selvan, to make sure that we represent our community well and our community is well supported. Before I finish, I also like to acknowledge the great contribution our farmers make. Thank you very much. Friends, I really appreciate privilege and love your friendship and your trust. Nandri Vanakkam.
Thank you, Mr. Suman Saha. I'd now like to bring upon the Cumberland City Mayor and all the councillors for their unwavering support in supporting our tradition and our Pongal festival here in Sydney today. They've also celebrated a Tamil Heritage Week, which is a great achievement for our community, knowing how many Tamils live in the Cumberland region, especially in Pendle Hill, Wentuatu and Tungabi. I'd like to call upon the names Mayor Ola Hamid, Councillor Sujan Selvin, Councillor Suman Saha, Councillor Diane Coleman, Councillor Ahmed Al, Councillor Enver Yassa, and Councillor Eddie Sarkis. And I'd also like to bring up on the stage Mr. Raviraj Velupillai, President of Jaffna Hindu College, Sydney OBA. I'd also like to bring up on Mr. Parthiban Gunaratnam, Secretary of Jaffna Hindu College, Sydney OBA. Thank you, councillors. One more thing, we'd like to congratulate the previous mayor, Lisa Lakes, for her unwavering commitment since the first Pongal event here in Pendle Hill. She has shown tremendous support for our community, and we want to commend her great efforts. Thank you.